there, it's Jimmy with Fancy Schmancy Wino. That's Jimmy, not James.
Not James. I'm over here.
We're in the same place at the same time. Today, we're together in Prosser, Washington, which is about 3 hours east of Seattle, maybe a little southeast of Seattle, at the 14 Hands Winery, which you've probably seen 14 Hands, and it's all available all across the United States. We just spoke to the woman here, and I believe she said they make 2 million cases of wine a year.
Yeah.
It's a lot of wine.
Yeah, I mean, they're part of the Chateau Ste. Michelle family, which is the Ste. Michelle wineries. You guys are familiar with their Riesling. I think we did their Merlot a few weeks ago, but also Columbia Crest and several others. I mean, they're one of the biggest winemakers in the world now.
And if you don't know how much 2 million gallons of wine, or 2 million cases of wine is, that's roughly how much James drank this weekend.
It's been a great weekend.
Today, we're going to have some Cabernet Franc. Now, you've undoubtedly had Cabernet Franc if you've ever had any kind of Bordeaux blends. It's one of the blending grapes, but you can also get it as a pure varietal all by itself,
And
which we have.
You don't see a lot of that. I mean, I think
No.
we're so used to seeing it in the blends, and I think not made well. I've had some that it's a stiffer or less aromatic.
Yeah, you the minute you taste it and think like, this is probably would be good in something else, just not by itself. We're trying this today. We've had 5 different wines here today. All of them have been above average. They've all been quite good. But this is the most unique out of the lot. And I can see how if you didn't execute this wine well, it would be like all the other Cab Francs that you're kind of like, I don't really want to put this in my mouth.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've had some from the Midwest, and not all parts of the country can grow them as well. And so I was kind of surprised that they were doing a standalone here, but pleasantly surprised.
So let's get to tasting it. It's weird tasting with you at the same time, but
Yeah, it's,
I feel
something new.
I feel like I should be making fun of his hobbies.
And drinking wine, traveling with my brother, those kind of crazy hobbies.
Yeah, so this is a 2012, so we got 4 years on it, which doesn't make it an old wine, but you can actually tell. A lot of the times we're tasting wines that are about 5 minutes old, so there's no clear ring on it.
No sign of aging.
Did a bit of age.
I don't know if you can see there on the video. I can see as I'm looking at the video, some of the veins or the streams running down. Kind of sometimes you hear about the legs of wine, and they're definitely there.
Yeah. Let's give it a whiff. It's like,
What do you get?
red berries, but specifically I would say for me it's raspberry, but more of a, I don't want to say a candied raspberry, but it's not, I don't get any bitter or tartness, sharp smell.
No, a little sweet. What really jumped out to me was the, I think vanilla, maybe even a little bit of cinnamon, and the effect of oak.
Yeah, you can smell the oak on there, but it's got that nice toasty vanilla. Since I like to compare things to things that you may have actually smelled, those vanilla tree car air fresheners, like a really calmed down version of one of those. Maybe not.
Yeah, not brand new. It's been in the car a little while. Actually, the nice gals here, they poured our wine for us a few minutes ago. Maybe 10 minutes ago as we were getting things ready, and it's really opened up even in that time frame.
It's good, yeah. The only downfall with that is it has calmed down, and it's lost the real pungent, not pungent, it's not, but the really strong spicy smell that I got in the beginning there. So like the baking spice and the vanilla that was stronger before, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, I think for me, like
maybe distracting.
The oak came out more as it opened up.
Yeah.
Should we try this one? Cheers.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, you're expecting the blackberry, some black currant. I wouldn't say it makes it spicy, but a little bit fuller. I mean, you do get the effect of the oak, that creaminess.
Yeah, it's got I was thinking about this. It's kind of the creaminess, or the kind of, I think of it like as a milk chocolatey sort of vibe that you get with Pinot Noir. I get that a little bit in here. but with a heavier body behind it. It's not a
Yeah.
heavy body wine. It's still, I would say this is a medium, but Pinot Noirs will have that, but they're going to be lighter than this. So if you want something that's got a little bit more oomph to it, a little more weight to it, but still has some of that, a little bit of that creamy consistency,
Yeah,
I would try this.
Maybe not as big as some of the cabs.
No.
But I think like if you're ready to move on from the Pinots, want a little bit more body, this would be the way to go. The bummer is that we've tried to stick with wines primarily that you can get anywhere. Today we're trying a wine that you can only get here at the 14 Hands property.
Oops.
We're encouraging you to get out and do some traveling and visit some places. I mean, Washington's the #2 producer of wine in the U.S. You're way behind California. We get that, but they're really growing in their popularity. And the reality is, when I think of their 14 Hands Cab, there's some of these same things. It's the big fruit, but some nice oak, some nice vanilla. So if you're not going to get to try this one, at least get out and try one of their other blends.
Yeah, the other thing, like James was saying, this may be local, but the whole getting out and traveling thing, I imagine a lot of people watching this are going to be people that probably personally know me, and you live in Seattle, so get your ass out of the house, come over to Eastern Washington and have some tasty wine at 14 Hands Winery. Hopefully they'll still have the 2012 Cab Franc Reserve. If not, console yourself by drinking something else.
And normally we say we'll share something different the next week. There might be a video waiting until next week, but we'll see you again here in a few minutes at the next place. Because as long as we're here, we're not going to just one winery.
That's true. Speaking of next week's, I believe in the last video we said we'd be moving on to a
Barbera?
A Barbera. That's still going to happen, but obviously we're doing these out of order now, so you'll have to wait for the Barbera for a week or two or something.
Yeah. The reality was, I had the chance to come out here, and that took precedence over a wine that we can do anytime. So yeah, they'll be coming up here in a few weeks after we run through these videos. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good wine.